Cows go, and minotaurs go, that's the spot. And at Morning Glory Milking Farm, well, they really do. My name is James, and this is Rotten Reads, where we dive into the weird, the wild, and the wonderfully unhinged corners of horror and romance fiction. Today we're talking about Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta, the first book in the Cambric Creek series, and I'll be real with you, this started out as a joke read. The only thing I knew going in was that it was a spicy romance featuring minotaurs, and that's really it. Every time it popped up on Book Talk, it was listed in one of those smuttiest read videos, but no one actually said what it was about. And based on the cover, I assumed it was set in some kind of medieval Dungeons and Dragons style fantasy world, and I was half right. So I dove in blind, no synopsis, no expectations, just vibes. And turns out the story does take place in a fantasy world, but one with coffee shops, cell phones, and job interviews. Think Dungeons and Dragons, but make it modern. Violet, our main character, is your classic millennial mess, overeducated, underemployed, and drowning in student loan debt. She's this close to moving back into her parents' basement when she stumbles across a job listing in the neighboring Cambric Creek. Now, Cambric Creek isn't your average small town. It's a diverse, magical community populated by monsters of all kinds. Vampires, orcs, werewolves, and yes, minotaurs. Violet lands a job at the Morning Glory Milking Farm, a state-of-the-art medical facility where minotaur semen is collected for pharmaceutical use. Basically, it's an ingredient for that little blue Rise and Shine pill. And yes, they collect it exactly how you're thinking. But Morning Glory isn't just about handling the horns, if you know what I mean. What really surprised me is how cozy and heartfelt the story is. It's about Violet adjusting to a new life in a new town, navigating monster culture, and slowly building a newly found family. She becomes best friends with a vampire, gets to know her monster neighbors, and finds love in a surprisingly sweet way. Now, I'll admit, I was expecting full chaos, and while there is spice, the book balances its heat with humor, heart, and a surprising amount of charm. Violet is super relatable and easy to root for. The romance is genuinely tender, and the setting is surprisingly cozy. And the stakes are pretty low, which is something I appreciate. And honestly, all that made it the perfect palate cleanser after some of the truly messed up stuff that I usually read. Now, I listened to the audiobook on Hoopla, shout out to library cards everywhere, and narrator Eva Caine absolutely crushed it. Her voice work, especially for the male characters, was on point. She might be up there with Holly Jackson from the Ice Planet Barbarian series as one of my favorite female narrators. So yeah, I started reading Morning Glory Milking Farm as a joke, but I ended up falling a little in love with it, and I already added the rest of the Cambric Creek series to my TBR. If you're looking for a cozy, spicy monster romance with just the right amount of absurdity, I genuinely recommend giving this one a try. And if you want to keep up with all the unhinged stuff I read, head over to beacons.ai/rottenreads to find my Goodreads, socials, and more. Until next time, I'm James, and this has been Rotten Reads, where things get a little spooky, a little spicy, and always a little strange. I'll see you next time.